step 2 of Stars and Stripes Forever. We will be using B's step, which we know from Sweet George Brown, and a pivot turn. So we'll start out by doing 2 B's steps. We've just finished in step 1 with our right foot free, so the weight is on your left, and that's where you'll hop first. Hop, shuffle, touch, hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step, go up, and we do it again. Hop, shuffle, touch, hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step, go up, go up. And you see your right foot is free again. This is where we do the pivot turns. And remember, with pivot turns, you touch out and then push yourself around. You don't start turning when you're touching, or we won't be together. Touch, pivot, quarter turn. Touch, pivot, quarter turn. The next one's all the way around. Touch, pivot, step, and then a hold. So all together it'll look like this. Touch, pivot, pivot, touch, pivot, step, hold. Now your left foot is free, and you do the same thing going the other way around. Touch, pivot, pivot, step, hold. You notice your right foot is free again. All together, okay? 2 B steps, pivot turn, starting with your right foot, pivot turn starting with your left foot. From the front view. Hop, shuffle, touch, hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step, go up, go up. Hop, shuffle, touch, hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step, go up, go up. Touch, pivot, step. Touch, pivot, step. And there's that little hold after you've done that last step. From the back view. Starting with B step. Weight is on your left foot, left leg. Hop, shuffle, touch, hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step, throw up, throw up. Hop, shuffle, touch, hop, shuffle, step, hop, shuffle, step, throw up, throw up. Touch, pivot, step, hold. Touch, pivot, step, hold. And now you're ready to go on from there. Now in this dance, after we do step 2, this step, we'll go back and do step 1 again the first time we do it. So that step hold is in there, and you're ready with your right foot to start on that stomp time step again. The second time we do it, there's no hold at the end. We'll be going right into the next step because it starts a little more quickly. So after that last pivot turn, step, pivot, step, shuffle. And you can see we're going to be starting into the military time step there. So the first time you have a little bit of a hold before you go back to the beginning. Second time as we go on to the next step, you go right into it. And just a little reminder too about pivot turns. As I said before, you're not turning until you've touched and then you push yourself around. You may want to think of that as a push. Touch and then push yourself around. And what I do is on my weight-bearing leg, my heel comes up so I can just kind of pivot around and then drop it. Be very precise about going to the quarter turn. Then in front of you again, lift that heel and pivot, and drop it right as you're facing the back, the upstage. And then the last time, touch, lift your heel, pivot, and end up facing this way, back to the audience. So that the last time is going to be, you're going to be going farther on your pivot, but you're still just on the ball of your left foot, boom, and you hit your heel just as you come out of it where you need to stop. A pivot turn isn't a continuous turn. Some of us are still doing that. It doesn't go around like this. It's very precise. It has stopping places. Touch, stop. Touch, stop. Touch, stop. Okay? So just think about that as you're doing it. You're just pushing yourself to a certain place and stopping.